Yeah, hello all. Welcome to the next session of Node.js development. So, as part of our previous session, we talked about the purpose of Node.js, right? What is Node.js? First of all, we have seen, and the purpose of Node.js. To be precise, Node.js is not like programming language, first of all. But in the starting stages, if you for what I say, like to avoid the confusion, backend can be developed through Java, Python, Node.js, .NET, PHP. In that style, Node.js looks like a is looking like what programming language. At that time, fine. If you assume like that, also fine. But actually, it is not a programming language. But it is used for developing the backend, especially the server side programming. To write the server side software, to create the server side software, we use Node.js. If you are talking about the software, definitely programs to be written. What is software? Collection of programs only a software, sir. Right? Just before that, before we proceed further, Joshua or Vinay, just give me the confirmation that you are able to see my screen, which I shared, and as well as you are able to hear my voice properly. Just give me the confirmation.
Yes, we are able to see.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fine. So, software is nothing but it's a collection of programs. Means you have to write the program. If you want to write the program, how program is written? Program is nothing but it's a communication between you and the computer. See, whatever you do through program is some activities, sir. That activity is happening between you and the computer. Right? So when you are writing the program, the computer obviously or any system, any digital system is not in a position to listen what you say because their language different and your language different. So in order to write the program, definitely you need to take the help of programming language. So why I'm telling this because it's like kind of loop. Node.js is not a programming language, but it is used to develop the server side softwares. Software is nothing but server side programs. If you want to write the server side programs, you need again programming language. So here the thing is JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language which is written in Node.js. Means Node.js is a simple platform. It's a platform or it's an environment where people write JavaScript code for the purpose of backend activities. In order to do that, it should act like normal language, other language like C, Java, Python, .NET. Means people have to install that software, compiler people have to install in the computer, then people have to write the code, then that code to be compiled, and then it should be given to the processor to execute. That is what usually happens. So here that environment needs to be provided, right? That is done with the Node.js because the JavaScript earlier purpose was different. When it was invented, the purpose of JavaScript is used to add some dynamic nature to your web page. It always revolves around the web page only. Add some things inside the web page, dynamic nature into the web page. It does some DOM manipulation activity, right? It actually do that activities, right? DOM manipulation, but purely related to browser. And who execute JavaScript is inside the browser. We have something like JS engines, JavaScript engine. In one browser, one kind of engine will be there. In Chrome, Google Chrome, we have something V8 engine. V8 JavaScript engine is there. So from that only, there is a person who invented Node.js. What he did is he took that out of the browser and he created something extra things around it, and then he created the environment called Node.js. So that's what actually Node.js is about. And if you want to write any JavaScript code completely out of your browser, outside the browser, first thing is Node.js to be installed in your computer. The software to be installed in your computer, that environment. But already, due to your front end learning, like React learning, you people already install Node.js in your computer, right? If not, also you people can install. Again, I already told about this in the first session, how to install and all. I already told about it, right? And you people can install it, and you can cross check in your computer whether that it's been installed or not by going into the command prompt and node-b. You can directly get it. That's it. Now we want to work with the JavaScript code, but outside of the browser. There are actually two possible ways are there in which we can able to work with that. The first one is, for the first one here, it's like using REPL terminal. Clear? It's like read, evaluate, print, and something like load. Read, evaluate, print, load something. Some people say loop, but whatever it is, that REPL terminal is there. Clear? And in order to open REPL terminal, how to switch into the REPL terminal is very, very easy thing. Just to open any terminal, command prompt, you just open it. And why use that word terminal? Because in Mac systems, right, Apple computers, other computers like Apple company also create computers. Those are called MacBooks or Mac computers. In normal means like Dell, HP, whatever computers, Windows based will be there. No, Windows based computers we say it's like a command prompt. In that people say terminal. Same everything. This name is different. This black color window is there. No, so they call it as terminal. Here you call it as command prompt. And so that's why you can open command prompt or terminal. Simply go there and type a node. Hit enter. Now see. Earlier it is telling like see her users Harsha and your something greater than symbol means you are in that location, you are in that folder, you are in that directory. There you can do whatever you want. You can create new folder, you can switch to the inside the folder. In that if you have already React application, you can run the application. That right? Normally basically traveling between the folders from command prompt I told you. Yeah. But here what I did is I simply typed node. Immediately the moment see this is gone now. See now here it is blinking in another area. That area is nothing but welcome to Node.js version 20.9.0 something. Means this is called REPL terminal. It's been opened here. Clear? I think something they are giving like some extra dot help if you want something. If you don't know how to exit. Normally if you write exit it will not exit. I told yeah, I did at least that dot exit, right? Then so if you those are two three things will be there. If you want you can able to use them. But I already told you that if you want to write more what I say like code means more lines of code and all, this is not the right platform or right way to write the what I say like backend code or JavaScript code outside the browser. Clear? Simple, sir. Don't get confused. I told two ways. This way, another is another way, right? What I am telling is if you are having just two three lines of code and all, okay fine, go through this and you do that. But you have 25 lines of code or 60 lines of code to write and all, here doesn't give you that proper that one. But still you can able to. Clear? Now what is the other way? And yeah, so I told you the advantage of this also, right? This mode, the advantage is generally you need to write console.log and all. If you have any variables, yeah, so variables is like you have a equal to 20 and all. Now I want to print a. Generally how to print console dot log a. You have to print like this, right? 20 printed, but not required directly. You can do it like kind of interpret line by line directly. It will be executed. Yeah. So a plus b, two variables we took yesterday, but direct one variable also enough, sir. A means A. Understood? Whatever you do, that activity will be performed over there. Clear? For printing, you don't need to use console.log, and whatever it's been printing here, this window, something black color is there, no? Node window. This window itself is a console window again for you. Got it? That's the reason output is seen here only. When you are dealing with the browser, at that time console window is different that you need to extract from the developer tools. There you need to open that console tab. There you can able to see the output. But here not required, directly you can able to see here. Next is in order to write big programs, we need to create a separate you know .js files. We need to write. Take any area, sir, just to create a file, save it with the .js, and then run that program by going to that particular file location wherever you are having your files. Go there and there simply type node space your file name .js. In that it can be anything. The programs can be for combination of arrays or functions or loops or normal variables or anything. Big programs, objects, arrays, so many things. It can be anything, but everything will be executed properly over there. Clear? So in this way, will be going through this. And why actually we should go with the Node.js development? Means okay, there are other, what I say, technologies, server side things are available, right? But still, why we need to go with the Node.js? The first advantage is the JavaScript. What code you write in the Node.js? JavaScript. So the moment you talk about the web application development, full stack comes into the mind because you have to develop everything from the front end to the back end. There is no escape for you from learning of JavaScript without learning of JavaScript. You understood? There will be no escape. You have to learn the JavaScript because back end side you have some flavors, but front end there is no. Still now there is no. Still there is no what you call like other language which adds some dynamic nature to your page. Clear? We have to learn JavaScript. Means one programming language anyhow you are learning, right? Definitely one programming language you are learning. For backend again, one more programming language is not required. So that is the first advantage of going with the Node.js development for full stack development. Whoever wants to learn full stack development, why they have to go with the Node.js backend is this one. One thing, why JavaScript is one thing. The other thing is when you're dealing with JavaScript, what I say, yeah, there is a framework for Node.js. For every technology, you have a framework, right? For Java, Spring, for Python, Django. For .NET, you have DDO.NET, something like that. For what I say, like PHP, you have Laravel, something like that. You have different. For Node.js environment also, for Node.js, whatever the code you write for backend, for that also you have a framework that is called Express.js. What is the framework name? Express.js. That is also fully written in JavaScript again. The framework also completely supported by JavaScript. Inside that, what code you write is again JavaScript. Apart from this, the main one more advantage is Node is highly compatible with any kind of database, all SQL related databases, anything. You name any database, it can work with that database, whatever it is. But there is a database called MongoDB. You heard that, right? MongoDB word. If you don't know about it, fine, but you heard that word, right? MongoDB. So it's a special database. I talk about the database later when I talk about the database. What are the specialties? But just remember, like it's a special database apart from your normal Oracle, MySQL, and all. To store the social media related applications data. Such data people usually store in the MongoDB. Clear? Example I am telling, but so many other things. Node is highly compatible with the MongoDB. If you want to work with Oracle, you need to learn a language called SQL. Understood? If you want to work with MySQL, you have to learn SQL. If you want to work with PostgreSQL, you have to learn SQL. If you want to work with MariaDB, you have to learn SQL. If you want to work with the SQL Server, you have to learn SQL. If you want to learn, or if you want to work with MongoDB, you don't need to learn SQL. For that, you need to learn one language called JavaScript. Now you understood? Using JavaScript only, you'll be connecting to the database, you'll be working with the database. Independently, I'm talking, not through your program. See, through program, you'll connect to the database, that's totally different. Leave everything. Normally, think only about the database called MongoDB. How to store the data inside the MongoDB, how to open the data, and how to check the data. Those things also you'll do with the JavaScript. Now you understood? Actual full stack development is web application contain three tiers: presentation layer, application layer, and data layer. For presentation layer logics also JavaScript. Application layer also JavaScript. Even data layer also JavaScript. Provided if you can learn one language properly, then you can become a full stack developer. So that's why the advantage is this one. Clear? Why? No. Got it? So when you are dealing with any applications, the data should go from one level to other level, right? From back end to front end and front end to back end and all. Compared to other things like the fast streaming will be there and all in Node.js. development. Clear? And it internally supports asynchronous nature. I talk about asynchronous extensively in the later session. I already talked in the JavaScript, but again I talk about in that about it, especially again the Node.js. But it is like async. Synchronous meaning is like line by line, one by one, one by one, one by one. It has to execute. That concept is called what? Synchronous. But due to that synchronous nature of programming, sometimes what happens is unnecessarily some delay will happen in the execution. You are having fourth line some activity happening, but fifth and sixth line are independent. But they have to wait until fourth line is completed. Fourth line, what code you have written? You have written the code to read the data from a file. File is big file, understood? From that it is reading the data, but that is nothing to do with your fifth line, sixth line. What you have to do is once fourth line is like executed, like reading data done, then simply one acknowledgement you have to print like reading done. Just for that thing only it is waiting. You understood, right? Then if you implement the asynchronous style of programming, what actually it will do here is that process starts fourth line, like reading the data. Meanwhile, fifth line, sixth line keep on executing. Suddenly, after 10th line or 12th line, somewhere, if reading is done, then suddenly you'll be getting the output like reading completed. Understood now? Got it or not? If you're talking about the games and all, obviously asynchronous only. Game, you're playing games, right? Somewhere. If you do one thing, other things are not stopped, right? All things are happening in the game. You observed or not? You're playing some games or something you're doing. Okay, some examples I'm not getting for the games. Okay, some shooting games, some games will be having, right? When you're doing one activity, other activities also happening, right? Means other things will not wait until you do one thing. I hope you understood my point. But the moment you do, that activity will happen. But you are doing at that time, other things keep on happening. But the moment you do, immediately your action done, then that action will come into the picture. Clear? That concept is like what asynchronous. And it supports cross platform development, that you can write the code in OS like Windows. If you're doing any, right, all systems mostly you are using, all your personal computers are mostly Windows, right? In that you can write the Node.js related code and you can create the software and all, whatever it is. The same could be run in Linux based system, or it can be Mac OS system. It can easily run, means there will be no problem to run them. You don't need to install anything other things separately. Directly it will run. Means Mac OS supported libraries, Windows supported libraries. But for sometimes what happens, some for few things sometimes we have to install again supported libraries. But here not required. Whatever you do, directly it will be done with other also. This craft platform we can talk in two ways. One is with respect to OS I talk now. Develop in one OS, sir, execute properly. The same, export it to the other device. There also it will run. That is what class platform. Windows platform to OS, so like what Linux platform and all, Mac platform. The same way, browser level. As of now, OS level cross platform, browser level also cross platform. So when you are developing and all everything, it will run. Browser means why I am talking, because we will not run the code in the browser, but we will write this for what? Web application purpose. Completely web application. From where it will work? From so you create one Node.js program, sir, that will work like a server program, right? Which will work for client which is coming from the Google Chrome. It will work properly. Understood? Request come from where? Request comes from front end, right? You're writing Node.js programs for server purpose. Who will handle the request? Servers only will handle the request. What I am telling is, whatever the code you have written, and if you are checking your code working properly for the any front end request, when you are checking, you are doing it through Chrome, then you no need to do it through Mozilla, and you no need to do it through any other browsers. I hope you understood. Clear? If it is properly working for one browser, definitely it will work for other browser requests also. Clear? and this asynchronous nature is like inbuilt, it is there, and due to that only we can able to create a multiple applications and all. Mostly what I say, like uh, current trends like OTT platforms, players, media players, social media platforms, usually developed through Node.js. Clear? Because of its features, like main thing is like that asynchronous. In other language also you can do, but in order to achieve that concept of asynchronous nature, you need to do something extra again out of that language. You understood my point? I repeat, if you are using another language, there also if required to implement what asynchronous nature, you need to do something out of. Out of means again some extra libraries you have to import and all. In Node.js and all, right, normal JavaScript, that will asynchronously it will work. It will have some default methods and everything will be there for implementing the asynchronous nature. Clear? So these are certain features which are helping us to move towards Node.js development. There are still some companies, uh, what I say, like nowadays recent whatever the companies are developing the mostly web applications in that areas, and especially these areas they are doing it through Node.js. But still there are some companies who are already having some projects, old projects which are already running in Java. Now migrations are happening from Java to Node.js. Understood? So migrations are still happening from Java to Node.js. Means you might be knowing the importance of what Node.js. Clear? And learning curve also easy compared to your other languages. The lot of extra stuff will be there in other languages. Means using those languages, whatever the activity you perform, using Node.js technology also you can perform the same. Same thing you can achieve, but without learning all those things. Understood? Means you are skipping. The thing is, in other languages, if you want to implement one activity, you need these many things. To implement the same activity through Node.js technology, these many things are enough. I hope you got my point. That's the advantage of Node.js. So that's it. And already I told you should have the basic JavaScript core concepts. You should be good at. Then only we can work with the Node.js properly. Here I created one. This is full stack, right? In this backend Node.js, right? First.js. It's one file is there, like JS file is there. Yeah. Now you can create another file. I just copied it actually. Okay, it's like second.js. I can open it through Visual Studio Code or anything, because Visual Studio Code already there in your computer, right? Yeah. If not, also other people also here. Two more guys and one more person. Like yeah, okay. So you people can install Visual Studio Code in your computer for the purpose of editing the code. It is the most powerful IDE available right now, especially for front-end application. So this is a Visual Studio Code. This is a symbol for Visual Studio Code. So this symbol is there and with blue color. So why I am telling specifically, because there is one more tool is there called Visual Studio. This is Visual Studio Code. Only one word is different. So you should not install Visual Studio. We have to install only Visual Studio Code, and it is free to use. It's a free software. It's not freeware. It's a free software. It's not open source, but it's a freeware. You understood, right? So you don't need to pay for it. And so Joshua and Vinay, if you have already in your computers, if you have the Visual Studio Code tool, fine. If not, try to install it. It will not take more than 5 minutes. It normally just download first of all, and after downloading, depending on the internet speed of yours, it will be downloaded. Next in that's like a setup file on MSI installer will be there. Click it, next, next, next. That will be installed. Fine. No, okay, this is there, right? In that you can write whatever the code you want, you can able to write. Now I just printed numbers here, right? Yeah, you can write any logic over there. I want to declare one array, you know already, array declaration, right? JavaScript only, sir, same will work. Here I want to declare uh, here total of four elements are there. I want to display all those four elements. Then what you will do, you can iterate your array, right? 4, and here a plus plus. Here what I want to do, I want to display them. If I display a, what happens? Only index positions will display 0 to 4 means 3, up to 3, 0 1 2 3 will be displayed. I want to execute this. How to execute? To do this, what we have to do is, already we are in the command prompt, right? How to exit this one? Dot exit, hit enter. Now we are out of that, right? I want to get into that. First I have to go to the specific folder. I already know the address, that's why I'm going. If not, what you have to do is just check this address. Harsha OneDrive, already I'm in the Harsh. Now OneDrive, desktop, full stack, backend, Node.js. In that you have the file names. So wherever JavaScript source files are there, till there we have to first change the directory. CD is called what? Changing the directory. We have to get into that. No, this time it is backend, right? Uh, no, now we are in that. So I want to now file second.js, right? Yeah, second.js. Hit enter. Yeah, it's printing only index positions, right? Don't want that. I want to print its data present in that array. So how to access the data present in the array? Array name, square brace, then index positions. Save, save, right? No, yeah. Go there and reload this. Means re-execute this. Now we are able to see this. File name is called what? Second.js. Another file also we have in that folder. What is the other file name? First.js, right? Okay, fine. We learned purpose of Node.js and everything, and we came to know like we can execute JavaScript code, fine. But what purpose we are writing this? End of the day, okay, for learning you can learn separate JS file you take and you write in that. I told you, right, all programming fundamental concepts like variables, data types, loops, conditions, mainly arrays and all, you execute, you write and you execute, fine. But the main purpose is what? We want to create backend programs, right? Yes or no? First time introducing this to, how to. Problem is, so far you run your JavaScript in only in the browser. So that's why we are taking some time to shift into out of the browser. But what is the main purpose? You want to create the server side programs, right? Yes or no? You need to create the backend application and you have to do the things in the server side, right? So what happens is, when we are dealing with the server side programs, here those programs must be in a position to take the data coming from the front end. Some programs must be connected to the back end and get the data from the back end. So these activities have to be performed. So to do that, whatever we write our programs like .js files and all, we divide our complete application. First, we will be creating Node.js application. Understood? I will tell you how to create application. We'll be creating one Node.js application, and in that we will be dividing our complete work into different modules, different tasks or different modules. In Node.js terminology, what is module here is JS file. Any JS file. What is it? Any JS file with some functionality can be considered as a module. Clear? So here whatever I created, first.js, second.js. First is a module, second is a module. Understood? First one is functionality means don't think about function keywords. Functionality means some activities. First program, first.js is doing something, second.js is doing something. Clear? React.js is doing something. Understood? That's why you'll be importing something from the module. I don't know whether you observed or not. You take your mouse cursor there, then you will come to know module. Name will be something like module. Meaning is like it's a JS file only. So any JS file with some functionality can be considered as module. When we talk about these modules in JS, in Node.js environment, whenever you create any applications, we have three types of modules are available. First one is, what are they? Custom modules. The other name for the custom module is user defined module. What we call them? User defined module. So this is the first one. Next, we have built-in modules. What are they? Built-in modules. The other name is there for built-in modules. We call them core modules. One more, I will tell you that. See, custom or user-defined module. Just now we talked. What is module? JS file. Any JS file with some functionality is called module. In our Node.js application, if we create any JS file with some name, then that is called our module. That is called custom module. Clear? I repeat. You created one Node.js application, sir. In that you created one .js file. Let's say home.js. Or you have created something login validation.js. Something you leave. Why it is you leave. But you created one file.js file called login validation or something search.js. That search.js who created? We created. Who is the owner of that? We are the owner. Who is going to write the code in that? We are going to write, right? That's why that is called user defined module. Clear? Clear. And what code we write, whatever the code we want, that code we write. That's why it's like customized one. You can write anything, any code there. So that's why we call them custom modules. Next is what? Second category what? Built-in modules, or we call them as core modules. If you say built-in, the word itself is telling we no need to create the module. Though some modules are already available. And then when they are available, how they are available is you already install Node.js in your computer. While you are installing, okay, what will be there? You'll be having something into the downloads folder, right? First, what will happen? Everything coming into your downloads folder, right? How you will install, sir? First, you will be downloading it somewhere. Okay, Node. Able to see 4 to 12. Okay, whatever it is, you're able to see something Node here. Able to see or not? The moment you click this, earlier I downloaded this long ago. Node version is what 20.9. This is another one. It's not installation. It is just downloading. Then what you will do? You will click this next, so that what will happen? That installation process will be happening, right? How installation happen? The moment you click next, okay, but it will take some time, right? Some blue color or green color thing will like this, it will go, right? You observe something, sometimes percentage also it will give, right? What will happen that it's not like nothing magic, sir. Nothing like, that is not for that graphics they will give. Don't think like that, the graphics it is changing. Yes, just to engage you, that will give you something, but in the background all the related files and folders will be downloaded, sir. Got it? So in that Node.js, what happens is built-in modules. So the built-in modules are already existed modules in your JavaScript or in your Node.js. How they are available is the moment you install Node.js in your computer, at that time only all those things are already installed. Clear? Such modules are called built-in or core modules. Clear? Modules which we create are custom or user defined. The modules which directly come from Node.js are built-in or core modules. Clear? Apart from this, we do have the other category of modules as well here. They are third-party modules. So these are the modules which we do not create, and also they are not directly available in your Node.js. Then, then what? Here, some individuals or some group of people or some community or some companies. I repeat, one individual or some group of people or some community or some companies will create their own modules and they gave that to the outer world. Clear? They publish them. They create their own modules like you create your module, right? Like that, they create their own module and they publish it. Why? Because Node.js is a, I told you, I actually I thought you know it, that's why I did not mention. The most advantage of this is Node.js is open source. So what people do here is people will create their own modules and they publish publicly, they make it available for the people. Then what you can do, you can able to download those modules and you can able to work with that. Why to download? Because I told you, not just like no anyone can create it, right? I told like one individual, or because there are some people who are having very good knowledge in JavaScript and all, they will sit for few months or few years, are you getting, and they create something out of it and they gave it, they'll be giving to the people. So out of which you can use for some particular purpose. Got it? uh, okay. After few days you'll come to know different modules and their purpose. One module is for one purpose. Clear? You want to send mail, sir, from your application. Understood what I'm talking? Mail from the application, not by logging into your mail. Sending the mail from your application. To do that, there are certain people who created one module, node mailer module name only I'm telling, node mailer. That module is not available in the Node.js directly. How to install it? Clear? That is created by someone, I don't know, someone is created it. Clear? Those kind of modules are called what? Third party modules. Why this is happening and how this is possible? Because Node.js is a open source, anyone can use it, anyone can write it. Understood? But they have to publish it. To publish it, there should be some criteria. This whoever is maintaining Node.js, there is OpenJS community or some foundation is there. Node.js foundation or OpenJS community, something is there who are maintaining Node.js. Sir. Those people will scrutinize that, and if everything is fine, and they will make it available for the people. Clear? Clear or not? Yeah, here OpenJS foundation. Able to see? Cooperate OpenJS foundation and Node.js contributors. See, they are using the word like contributors and also it is not by one. So it's a OpenJS foundation. People farm. Understood? They have their own webinars. They'll be having their own meetings and all. Okay, fine, whatever it is. Now, yeah, I'm talking about third party. Where they will keep that? Understood, right? They will not keep in their mail or something like that. No, that is one more advantage with this node is there is something like npm always associated to node. That's why I told you when you install node, you have to cross check node is installed or not. Node -v. Next is npm hyphen v. So what does it mean? The a node package manager. Node package manager. The name itself is suggesting you when you're doing with Node.js application, in that so many other libraries are downloaded. They are called packages, sir. Libraries also known as what? Packages. Here, sir, modules, no. Custom modules, built-in modules, core modules, third party modules are custom packages. 2 3 files if you create together, it's like a custom package. Core modules together like a core package, something. Third party also something, sometimes not one JS file you download. You download 2 3 JS files together as one package, sir. Then that is called what, third party package. So in order to a manager means someone who manages. What he manages? Packages. So npm is a kind of tool. Npm is like a tool which will manage the dependencies. Dependencies meaning, right, in your application. See, the thing is, if you talk about any real-time JavaScript or Node.js application, it will contain user-defined modules. It will contain built-in modules. It also contain third-party. There will be no application with only core modules. There will be no application only with the custom module. There will be no application with that. Always the combination of all the modules will be there. Means definitely third-party modules also will be there. So tool is something using which npm is a tool and using which the dependencies management will be happening. The managing of dependencies will be happening. As a programmer, you no need to do anything for dependency management. Understood? You no need to maintain the folder for storing the library file, then attaching that library file, importing that library file into, means attaching means like a location you have to remember that proper location, right, locations, present folder correct dot slash if other folder full path, you don't need to. Understood, right? Means that storing you no need to worry. Then who will do all these activities? Npm will take care. So npm as one, what I say, website is there, npmjs.org or some one, what I say, official website is there. They recently changed, I think so. Npm js.org was there actually, js.com. They recently changed it to js.com. Whatever it is, you can write. Yeah, what it's saying, it's a package manager for JavaScript programming language maintained by NPM Incorporation. NPM is the default package manager for JavaScript runtime environment Node.js, and it is included as a recommended feature in the Node.js install. That's why the Node.js, when we install, NPM also. See guys, these things came recently, but Node and NPM and all, but due to their features, nowadays so many people are developing the applications through Node.js. This is the one. Build amazing things, take your JavaScript development to the top notch or whatever. Actually, there will be no sign up activities also there. But recently, maybe they want some user database, they want to know, maybe like that. But earlier, there is no such things. That's why I told they changed that domain also. That is actually earlier it is used to be the npmjs.org used to be there. Here, you will be having so many, see, such packages is there. You'll be having so many packages here for everything. Mail listener, okay, we don't use all these things, but see, mailing. So here what is happening is, if you click this, yeah, it's one package. And mailing, GitHub, in the GitHub they have a profile called soft xyz. Okay, I don't know, that may be a person's account, or that may be a company account, that may be a community account. You understood, right? Those people developed this mailing, and I don't know for what purpose and all, but they created it. Clear or not? Where they publish is, they will be adding this to the npm, what you like, it's like a library will be there. In that they will be publishing their third party packages. Clear? So that what will happen, now assume yourself as a user, sir, you want to create one Node.js project. Now you already created a Node.js project, and in that you created your own modules, and also you used some of the built-in modules. Now you want to use one third-party package, then you no need to worry where it is. That third-party package, everything is available in the npm. Clear? Some of them are created by individuals. I told you, some of them are by, but everything is available here. Now to check about that package information, you can come to this site and you can cross check. But if you want to install that, or if you want to download it, and if you want to install in your Node.js application, you don't need to do all these things. Simply one command like npm install your package name, so that it will be installed. Clear? So due to the what I say, like availability of a powerful tool called npm, so dependency management, everything will become easy. And right now currently npm is the largest library available in the world. World means in terms of this one, this world, web world. Clear? So that many dependencies things will be there. So that's it. That is about your, what we say, uh, the features of Node.js and why we need to go with the Node.js development, right? And next is like what are modules. So modules are nothing but any JS file can be considered as a module in the Node.js environment. When you talk about the real-time Node.js application project, it will contain actually three types of modules are there total. Total three types modules available. They are custom or user-defined, built-in or core module, and next is third-party module. If you talk about the real-time application, you will not have only one type of modules. You'll be having combination of all three will be there. Clear? In that, customer user defined are the modules which are absolutely created by you with some your name, means your own name. Something means not your name, means the name of your wish dot js, that is your module. Next is built-in module, which you cannot write, which already available, you only use. Clear or not? These things you will be creating, sir. Completely you will be creating. These things you will not create, sir. Already available. Simply if you want into your project or your, what is not even install, this is not called installation. Import means just on the top just one library file, you will be simply importing. Third party modules not available in your, see, these are you created, these are already available in the computer because of the node built in. That's why simply wherever the file you want, simply import it and use it. When you talk about the third party, first you have to install them, and then later you can able to import and you can able to work with them. Clear? And to install, we have to first download and then install. So that's the reason manually we will not download. For installation purpose, we take a tool called npm. If you talk real time application, all will be there. So in the next session, we are going to see how to create custom model. Already we created, but how to create it and how to transfer the data from one module to other module. Because in real time, what happens, if you talk about an application, data definitely will be transferred from one level to other level. Yes or no? Data usually transferred. Without that, there will be no, if there is no passage of data from one module to other module, there will be no proper execution of the program. So definitely data will be transferred from one module to other module. How to transport it and how to work with the modules, we'll be discussing. How to work with custom modules, we'll be discussing in the next session. If time permits, we'll talk about few core modules, which are important core modules. How to work with them will be seen. But definitely we'll be talking about custom modules, how to create and how to work with them, and how to export the data, how to get the data, right? And how to export different kind of data, what are the things, and we'll be discussing exclusive about custom modules. If time permits, we'll talk about built-in modules also. If not, in the next day we'll be talking about the built-in modules. So once we are done with that, then we'll talk about the third-party modules. Clear? So that's it, guys. That's it for today's session. If you're having any doubt, online people, just give me the uh, just a minute. Yeah, if you're having any doubt, just you can unmute yourself and you can ask your doubt, or you can ask your doubt in the chat
Yeah,
box as well. Yeah. Yeah.
I have one doubt.
Yeah. Yes, Vinay.
So I have installed Node.js and used to Node. So how to install this npm in the terminal?
No, no, not required. Actually, you are connected through laptop or phone.
Laptop, laptop.
Laptop only. So I just gave you the presenter, so you can share your screen now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, what are the things you installed?
Node.js and Visual
Visual
Studio
Studio
Code.
Code. Okay.
Yes.
You open command prompt.
Okay. Here, I open the terminal from here. Is it fine?
Okay, this is Mac.
No, no, it's Windows only.
Uh, so I'm unable to see the terminal there. So
See here, this is the terminal. Not able to see the
no, I'm
terminal.
able to see Visual Studio Code screen. Visual Studio Code docs. That screen I'm able to see.
Okay, this terminal you don't not able to see, right? Okay. 1 minute, I'll share it once again.
I think you have shared only one screen,
Yeah, yeah,
specific screen. Don't share the entire screen.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me share. So can you give me a sharing option once again?
You already have.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Normal command prompt you open, not the Visual Studio Code. Normal. There you open just command prompt.
Okay.
Yeah. So now type node-v. So your node is installed with a version called 20.10.0, right?
Yes, yes.
Now type npm-v. Some 10 points should come. Yeah,
Yeah.
10.2.3. So the thing is, when I hear
Hmm.
when you're installing Node.js, it's like a what I say pre-package or something there will be a pre-installer will be there associated with that Node.js. npm is already
Okay.
inbuilt inside the node.
Okay.
So node itself will install that npm. So we don't
Okay. Okay.
install npm separately. It's available
Okay.
in that. Yeah. To cross check this, we have to do this npm node-v at the same time npm-v. So in your computer successfully Node.js and
Both are.
npm is installed. Yeah, both are installed.
So
So you are
now,
ready
like,
to go.
if I create a folder, from that folder, I can create a text file with .js, and I can
Yeah,
compile it from the terminal, right?
yeah, you
Okay.
can compile. You just have to go to that location and you can compile. I think you're already having the
Okay.
idea how to go from one folder to other folder through command prompt. You know, right? Terminal.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's enough then. Just to go to the location where
Mm.
actually your JS files are there. Just to go to that location and there simply run the files. Clear?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Other things clear, right, Vinay? Yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then yeah, in tomorrow's session we will see how to work with the exclusively with the user-defined modules and some other stuff. Yeah. Bye, guys. Take care.